All right, hello, everybody. This is Capitalist from JoinDota.com, and joining me today is going to be the one and only Bruno. Bruno, I'm going to start you off nice and easy with a quick question. Cool. Bruno, are you Icefrog?
Actually, I'm going to make a big confession. No, I'm not. I'm sorry, but I had to break it, and you have the exclusive right now.
Can you provide proof, though? I mean, can you provide a picture of Icefrog himself to us to prove that you're not Icefrog?
No, I think you would not be able to have that.
So in other words, you can't. There's no proof, so you could still be Icefrog.
I could still be lying, yeah.
All right. So we were actually talking about a little bit before the interview. You said it's all luck, basically how you got here. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that journey. You were talking about TI2 and how you originally weren't supposed to be going.
Yeah, actually, it's a really long story, but to shorten it up, I was friends with Luminous, the caster, back then, and he was like, you should come to TI2 because it will be fun, and we'll be there. So I went there and I talked to some guys from Valve, and I was like, hey, could I go and help with some stats and stuff? Completely in the back end, right? And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever, you can come and maybe do something with us. And when I was there, I met James, and James was like, hey, this is a cool guy, we should put him on the front of a camera. And I was like, but I've never been in front of a camera since like year 2 of elementary school and I play with my teacher, right? He's like, nah, it's gonna be fine. So I went there to TI2 without anyone knowing, just super last minute. From there to here, it's been quite a ride.
So how did you, okay, so you had the no-leg strat, everybody was impressed by your chest hair, and of course the suits. That's what I really want to get to, though, is the suits. Have you just always dressed this way, or what started the suits?
Oh, well, actually, it's there's not one specific reason. I did study magic for quite a while, like during my university years. Like I went like 3 years from 18 to 20. I was like going to magic school just for fun. I really wanted to pick up girls. I thought like popping out a rose out of nowhere was going to be cool. Spoiler alert, it isn't. I mean, you have to go with it, but like in the magic circle, people dress up very flashy because you have to make people watch you instead of what you're actually doing, which is really cool. But I also really like colors, and like I was really bored about just like when you go and get a suit, it was always like a black suit and super boring, or a brown suit, which is even worse. So I was like, I want to try some different stuff. And at the beginning, I had zero knowledge of how to combine colors, but I had a couple good girlfriends. And so I'm like, no, Bruno, you're not doing it. Maybe you just want to stick with the normal stuff. But then when they give up, they were like, okay, we're going to teach you some stuff. And this is the result. So I'm not sure if they were good teachers or not. But, I mean, this is what came out, right?
Where do you even find a suit like that? That's actually my one question. Every single time I see you.
It's so good. Like, these suits, they come with a lot of this stuff in here because they know people will ask you. So you can go there.
Are you able to zoom in on that? Well, if not, we can get a picture of it later. But these are absolutely ridiculous suits.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting. But no, it's not the only place I get them. I get them from a lot of places. I used to go to just like some places and be like, what's the weirdest suit you have? And they're like, oh, well, then show you something like light blue. I'm like, no. Like the thing that no one really wants. And they're like, oh, I have something. And they take a really dusty suit and it's like purple or something like that. Like, yes, that's the one I want. I used to do that a lot, but I do not go out as much anymore, like in places like that, because in Stockholm it's not that big. So I started ordering online. And after failing on sizes like 3 times, I got them right. And now they kind of look good on me.
You managed to pull them off. I don't think anybody else in the world can pull them off, but somehow you managed to pull it off.
Well, thank you.
So going back to magic, do you still have it? Can you actually do a magic trick? I don't suppose you have anything that you could pull off right now.
Well, maybe in another occasion. The thing about magic and like what frustrated me was like magic is outside of like the picking up girls part, which didn't work. It was really cool because it's kind of like a social activity where you go with a group of people. And right after that, I was also like, when I still in university, I was an assistant teacher. And then just after I finished, I super lucky again got a job, a professor at the university where I went for 5 years. So I always like being on social presence and just talking around and just entertaining people in general. Even like a teacher is not supposed to entertain uniquely, but you can teach and entertain at the same time. So I really like to do that. And at one point, this very famous TV person in Argentina, I mean, think Oprah Winfrey, but like Argentinian, got like super obsessed with magic, and he had like a daily show where like 3 or 4 times a week you see magicians all the time. So everyone got tired of magicians. So from being like, oh, he's a cool guy, knows some magic, and you go there and just entertain people for an hour, it became like, Oh, Magic. Yeah, I saw a lot of that on TV, so not anymore. I got so frustrated that I quit Magic entirely, and sometimes I still play, sometimes, but I need to get back on track. I'm a little bit rusty right now.
So going back to that, what did you actually teach then? What were you a professor of?
I studied computer science. I had masters in computer science, and I taught a subject called operating systems design, where you had to develop operating systems. Like essentially, you know Linux. You created a small version of Linux with everything like drivers and graphic interface and pretty much everything. It was a really hard subject, and people hated me for it. But at the end, I think they were like, actually, we learned a lot, and we really like this guy.
So you seem to be a jack of all trades, pretty much. You magician at one point, a professor, now a Dota 2 commentator. I can't believe, I'm actually astonished that you actually managed to pull off so many different professions in what seems to be directly opposite, polar opposites of everything else.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I always had lots of stuff that I enjoyed. Even when I started studying computer science, which is what I did just after finishing high school, the reason why I did it was because it's a thing that allows you to get and work with anything else. Just because, like, you know computers and you know how to program stuff and how to design stuff. So eventually, if you like, let's say you like medicine, you can go into the engineering and just design something for them. Let's say you like sports, which I did, and I worked for a year with football clubs in Argentina. So I designed like a lot of systems for them to keep track of their players and members, a lot of stuff as well. So it allowed me to go into all these crazy places, and I've been around. I mean, I'm not getting bored anytime soon.
So this is the Bruno now. In the past, you were a professor, you were a magician. Now present, you're a Dota 2 commentator. What's the Bruno of the future? Do you have any plans for after Dota 2, after the good studio, anything like that?
I don't know. I really enjoy I still really enjoy developing a lot. So probably I will keep doing something like that, either as a professional or for fun, because it's like you can create so much stuff. I mean, remember, I also came here to the scene by doing statistics and things like the pick and ban screens, which now people are starting to improve on, which I'm really happy because like the thing I like the most is when someone grabs what I do and does something better. And so I will probably keep doing that. I also am really interested about like production and show design in esports. So we helped a lot with DreamHack and to create the Dreamleague the way it is right now. We also like shows like that you have that you like remember very well. It's like most of that was created and designed specifically by me and James. It's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll stay in there, but who knows? Like life is a mystery.
So I actually have a question that I promised my cameraman I would ask. How are you able to live with James? How is that whole dynamic in the good studio?
Wow, that's a trade secret. I mean, imagine if people knew that, they would be able to replicate what we do, and we cannot allow that.
All right, I completely understand.
Are you wingmanning too good?
So the replacement question from my cameraman is, are you the wingman for Too Good?
Always, and it's vice versa as well. I mean, we're bros. Like, no kidding aside, it's like, James, after these 2 years, like he's like my brother. Like right now, he's like my brother, and like we're all about each other. And like he's like he's on a commitment. I don't know if you heard about that. So pretty much everyone in the house also helped make that happen. We're really happy, and I'm happy when he's happy, and vice versa.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like a beautiful friendship, man. So, Bruno, thanks so much for taking the time to actually come on and have this interview with me, and good luck with the rest of Dreamleague.
Thanks to you, and I hope to see you soon again.